Conjunction. And I went. You shouldn't begin with and. It is not a proper use of English. One of the main characters of the Star Trek, Captain Kirk, always used the expression to boldly go. Have you ever watched that movie? Star Trek? Yes. Do you know Captain Kirk?
Yes.
Okay, he all the time uses this to boldly go. He splits the infinitive. Insert boldly between go and to. It is not a proper use of English. In Latin, ira audactor. That means to boldly go. So ira is the infinitive and boldly audactor. See, you cannot, if you want to even split between to insert audactor, which means boldly, you cannot do that because Latin has only one form of infinitive. It is not like English. In English you have bare form plus an infinitive marker too. That's why it is possible to split it, but in Latin that is not possible. So we come to this conclusion: you cannot compare the structure of Latin language and use it as a model for other languages. Yani bundan şunu çıkarıyoruz. Daha önce dedik ya, genellikle bu analizler, bu etiket tanımlamalar, bu sınıflandırmalar Latin ve Yunan dili baz alınarak yapılıyor. Yalnız Latin ve Yunan dili diğer dillerden farklı oluyor. Mesela örnek bu, to boldly go. Latince'de, eğer biz Latince'ye göre gidersek, desek ki efendim Latince'de biz infinitif arasına herhangi bir şey koymuyoruz. Mesela Latince'de evet Okşan, birey, sayın birey. İre aldaktır. Latince'de ire ne demek? Go. Aldaktır, to go yani. Aldaktır, bol. Şimdi sen bunu nereye sıkıştıracaksın? Yok ki, çünkü Latince'de sadece iredir. Yani to go yok. Yani iki parça yok. Dolayısıyla biz diyemeyiz ki efendim Latince'de boldly, yani şu zarf infinitiften sonra kullanıldığı için biz de illa to go boldly diyelim. Yok. İngilizcenin yapısı buna müsait. Çünkü İngilizce to go diyoruz, ortaya boldly'yi koyabiliriz. Doğru mu? Şimdi mesela so let's analyze the structure of Turkish. It's a better example here. Here, as you can see, it is a single form. The infinitive form is a single form. And this mek corresponds to the infinitive marker to, right? And it's bound inflectional morpheme. Why? Because it is attached to the stem git. You cannot split them. You cannot separate them. That's why you will say cesurca gitmek. You see? And the same with Latin. In Latin we say ire, to go, audactor. Something like this. Okay? You see? Whereas in Latin we use the adverb after the infinitive form. In Turkish we use before it. In English you can insert cesurca, to boldly go. Why? Because it is possible. Boldly go. You see, they have different structure. So that means we cannot take Latin as a model for other languages because they have some differences, structural differences. Italian infinitives are single words and just do not split. So their structure can be compared as did the traditional grammarian in the 18th century England. Their structure cannot be compared. Descriptive approach. Because the categories and rules of Latin grammar did not seem to fit the structure of the native languages of North America toward the end of the 19th century, a rather different method called the descriptive approach was adopted. Now, as you could see from the examples that we gave, the structure or the categories and rules of Latin grammar don't fit other languages. That's why towards the end of the 19th century, they adopted a different approach called descriptive approach. Artık prescriptive approach'tan descriptive approach'a geldi. Şimdi descriptive approach, as you can be inferred from its name, you describe it. Tanımlıyorsun. Bu ne demektir? Artık kurallar koymuyorsun. Diyorsun ki burada şöyle bir yapı var bu dilde. Bu yapı bu dilde kullanılıyor mu? Kullanılıyor. Bakalım şu dili inceliyoruz. Bu dilde de bu yapı kullanılıyor mu? Kullanılıyor. Bu kadar. Analysts collect a sample of the language they were interested in and attempted to describe the regular structures of that language as it was used, not according to some view of how it should be used. As it was used. This is the key word. Olduğu gibi alıyorlar. As it was used. Not how it should be used. Nasıl kullanılması gerektiğiyle ilgili değil, nasıl bulunduysa, nasıl var ise o şekilde analiz etmişler ve bazı description'ları ona göre yapmışlar. Mesela structural analysis, one type of descriptive approach is, its main concern is to investigate the distribution of forms in a language. Structural analysis, distribution of forms in a language. Ne demek bu? Yani dildeki formlar, yapılar nasıl distribute ediliyor, nasıl dağılımı nasıl oluyor? Onun analizini yapıyor. Bunu da kullanırken neyi kullanıyor? Test frames kullanıyor. It uses test frames. For example, like this is a test frame with empty slots. So it analyzes this distribution of forms. What do you mean by this? If the forms are okay to be used in this empty slots, then we put them in the same category. The words that can be used in this empty slot are categorized, okay, as the one under one description. Yani buraya giren kelimeler deniliyor ki tek bir kategoriye giriyor. Buraya hangi kelimeler girer sizce? İsim mi girer, fiil mi gelir? İsim gelir. Niye? Çünkü the diyoruz mesela. Burada bir isim olması lazım. Orada fiil var. Mesela the go makes diyemeyiz. The go diyemeyiz. Veya I heard a go diyemem. I heard a beautiful diyemem. Buralara ne giriyor? İsim giriyor. Bu şekilde bu test frame'leri kullanarak bu descriptive approach kelimeleri ona göre ne yapmış? Sınıflandırmış. So forms fit into the slots to produce good grammatical sentences of English like car, child, donkey, dog, radio. Remember, you can use these words. You can use these forms. You can put them in those slots, empty slots. It's okay. If all these forms fit in the same test frame, they are likely to be examples of the same grammatical category, traditionally described as noun. Tabii geleneksel olarak biz onlara isim diyorduk, hatırlayın. Değil mi? İsimler, şunlar. However, there are many forms that do not fit those test frames. For example, someone, a car, the kitty, or the door. The door. It's not possible to use this. Can you say the someone? You cannot use it. Or can you say a car? No. Or the kitty? No. The dog?
The dog.
You cannot put them in those empty slots. If you cannot put them in those empty slots, if these forms don't fit into those empty slots, that means they cannot belong to the same category. For these forms, we require different test frames.